Hey guys, LevelCap here, and today in gaming, Battlefield 2042 might have a proper team balancer, GTA Online is shutting down on old consoles, Windows 11 leaked, and much more. Battlefield leaker Tom Henderson said in a series of tweets that a team balancer of sorts will be present in 2042. He said once a round finishes in 2042, the server will rebalance teams based on player skill. Some have taken this to mean 2042 will feature skill-based matchmaking, but it sounds like something a little bit more similar to team scrambling mechanics that were available in some of the past Battlefield games. What makes this a fairly big deal is that DICE have historically taken a very hands-off approach to team balancing. In Battlefield 3 and 4, custom server admins could run plugins that automatically rebalance teams mid-match based on a wide variety of factors. Official servers only scrambled teams in between matches, and this seemed like it was for the purpose of just evening the player count balance. Integrating player skill to the equation in an official capacity is new ground. Now, what adds some extra credibility to Tom's claims is that DICE experimented with adding a team balancer to Battlefield 5 last November. It applied to the breakthrough mode and would automatically rebalance teams at the end of the round. The test didn't end up turning into anything permanent, but DICE have said multiple times that anything they do for one Battlefield game helps them inform development on future titles. DICE also clarified one big question about the next Battlefield game in their stream yesterday. Battlefield 2042 will, in fact, feature ammo and health crates. We couldn't spot any in the gameplay trailer they released on Sunday, but all the specialists will have access to both the health and ammo crate as their secondary gadget. And out of all the changes to Battlefield's traditional class system that DICE are making, this one stands out a lot. It'll be interesting to see if players opt for crates versus rocket launchers in C4. Now, before we move on to the GTA Online shutdown news, here's a quick word from today's sponsor. Now, I might be tearing my hair out because of how badly I want to play Battlefield 2042, but did you know 2 out of every 3 guys will experience some form of natural hair loss? There's a very good chance you'll experience some form of male pattern baldness by the time you're 35. The good news is today's sponsor Keeps can help you out. They offer at-home treatments delivered every 3 months and generic versions of the only 2 FDA-approved hair loss products. You can also message your Keeps doctor 24/7 with any questions or concerns. Now, prevention is key. The sooner you start using Keeps, the more hair you'll save. Keeps treatments can take a few months to see the results, but they'll definitely be worth the wait. So if you're 35 going on Voldemort, check Keeps out today by going to keeps.com/levelcap. Using my links gets you 50% off your first order. The link is in the video description, and thanks again to Keeps for sponsoring this video and giving you guys an alternative to looking like the villain from a bad spy movie. Grand Theft Auto Online is now shutting down for Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 players on December 16th. Rockstar announced the shutdown in a blog post on their website this morning. They say that the shutdown is part of their preparations for GTA Online's next-gen update. They're expanding and enhancing the multiplayer mode alongside GTA 5's single player. It's unclear exactly what they're planning, but Rockstar have hinted that the next-gen upgrade will be more of a remaster than a minor technical improvement. Ending support for any platform with a game as big as Grand Theft Auto 5 is a big deal, even when those platforms are 15 years old. Grand Theft Auto 5 is currently the second best-selling game of all time, with 145 million players. It's still selling millions of copies annually. And obviously, PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 sales are probably pretty low, but they still most likely have tens of thousands of active players. Grand Theft Auto 5's story mode content will still function normally after the shutdown. Rockstar are also shutting down online services for legacy versions of Max Payne 3 and LA Noire. Microsoft's next major version of Windows leaked yesterday and is making some big UI changes. The leaked ISO refers to the new build as Windows 11 and has a redesigned start menu. You can see other minor UI tweaks throughout the update. The big question for gamers is, will the OS improve game performance? So far, there haven't been any benchmarks of games released for the leaked build of Windows 11, and I wouldn't expect them to be accurate even if they were available. The leaked build is clearly unfinished and lacks finalized drivers, optimization, and other key features. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds' first new full-sized map in 3 years is dropping on July 7th. Tago is an 8x8 kilometer desert map. It'll be the game's first map to feature respawns. Data miners believe it'll offer something similar to Warzone's Gulag, where downed players can duke it out in a 1v1 battle to return to the match. The Halo Master Chief Collection Season 7 launches on the 23rd. It'll add new customization options for elites, it'll add the energy sword, a new map, and a handful of gameplay updates. The update will also implement a custom games browser to make finding community matches much easier. Microsoft says the Xbox One will be able to play next-gen titles via xCloud at some point. They recently announced a major expansion to their game streaming service, including a native app for smart TVs and a separate hardware dongle for TVs that lack native support for it. And while game streaming has its own pros and cons, getting to experience next-gen titles without buying next-gen hardware is a pretty big deal. That's especially true these days, as getting your hands on a new console at MSRP is nearly impossible. Now, before we get to our final story today, I just wanted to say thanks for tuning in. If there's any stories or games you think we should be covering, let us know in the comments below. We're always interested to hear what you guys want us to cover. Riot banned players from Valorant Pro Team Resurgence for match fixing and gambling. 2 players from the team, Malcolm Chung and Ryan Tan, were banned following an investigation. They bet against their own team in a match against Blackbird Ignis last year. They purposely threw the match to ensure a good return on their bet, then tried to pay off the other team members. The team disbanded a month later. Riot suspended the entire roster for various amounts of time because they failed to report their teammates. Chung and Tan are banned from official tournaments for 36 months. 2 of their teammates received a 1-year ban, and the remaining 2 received 6-month bans. And that wraps it up for today in gaming. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. This is Level Cap, signing off.